Hello guys, this is going to be my reaction video to the newest Doctor Who episode, The Doctor's Wife, and let's get into it then. I really enjoyed this episode. I really like Neil Gaiman's writing. I haven't read nearly as much as I would like of his work, but I definitely enjoy everything that I've read by him, and I therefore really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really brilliant. I'm really big on obnoxious amounts of like through lines and stories and interweaving complexities, and so in that sense, I still think I prefer the first two episodes of this season because I like that whole notion of what is going on right now, but I mean, I don't really even like comparing them within the season because they're all really brilliant, but yeah, I mean, I really like the complexities, so that's one of the reasons that maybe I didn't like this episode quite as much as other people seem to have. Not to say I don't like it. Obviously, I pretty much love every Doctor Who episode unless there's a Celine in it. The Patchwork People were so Neil Gaiman. Like, that's pretty, I saw that and I was like, yep, Neil Gaiman wrote this episode. Also, I just really like the concept of Patchwork People, and I mean, like it in the sense that I think it's really creepy, but it's really interesting, and I thought that was a really good kind of addition to the story. And just the whole graveyard, junkyard, graveyard, elephant graveyard. Rosanna, you had me thinking of that now. Yeah, the whole junkyard kind of aspect was really, really interesting. It was also really sad when the TARDIS was looking out kind of over all these kind of shells of her sisters, I guess. That was really, really, really emotional, I think. I always took you where I needed to go. That was a really, really important quotation for me as well. I really like that. I wonder if now there's going to be this influx of children calling things sexy. I wonder if there's just going to be kids calling everything sexy now. Little 5-year-old boys running around calling their toys sexy. Oh, TARDIS! Oh, so many emotions. I don't think I got nearly as choked up as a lot of people seem to have because, I don't know, for some reason it doesn't feel like 10's reign was that long ago and 10 and 9's reign were that long ago. I don't know, I think that I love all of the Doctors, all the reincarnations, all the regenerations. I love them all so much and so differently that I don't miss the old ones. I appreciate and I loved what they brought to the story, but I don't miss them. But seeing the old TARDIS was really cool, and seeing the new characters in there, it was really kind of strange parallel. I think that this is one of the biggest episodes in terms of Matt Smith's character as the Doctor. He's Doctor. You finally, not the first time in his era, but for the first time this season, I think you could see the age of the Doctor inside of him, because he seemed so small. Particularly when he was saying goodbye. He seems so small, like a child getting his toy taken away, kind of. But at the same time, he has this ancient, old, long relationship with this woman, with his TARDIS, and having that being taken away from him, it's like I guess a husband losing his wife at a very old age when they've been, together for 60 years or whatever, and she passes on or something like that. I don't know, I thought that was really emotional. Really, really beautifully done by Matt. The only water in the forest is the river. Oh, I wonder who that's about. I wonder what that's about. I want to care about rivers so bad, but I just can't. Not gonna lie, my favorite line in this whole episode was about the bunk beds, and just that whole interaction. That was hilarious. The fact that the Doctor has all these rooms full of bunk beds, like, for grown people, and this married couple with their bunk beds, and just when they kind of had that moment where should we ask him to not have bunk beds, and then Rory, when the Doctor denies him, saying how cool bunk beds are, the bed with the ladder, and Rory's like, oh god, why? That was really, really funny. I love that so much. This actually also, that moment also brought on something that I've been thinking about for many, many years, and that was, where does the Doctor sleep? Does the Doctor sleep? Does the Doctor function like normal human beings? I mean, with every story ever, I always wonder, like, when do they sleep? When do they go to the bathroom? Things like that, the mundane. But, I mean, the Doctor's saving the world all the time. Surely he needs his beauty sleep, right? I don't know. It's a strange thing to think about, I think. That was a convoluted sentence. But yeah, I hate that we didn't really get an answer to that. So frustrating. And another one of my favorite parts of this episode was the age Rory had. I think that there was that moment where Amy was freaking out because she had just seen Rory dead because the TARDIS was messing with them, which was brilliant. I loved seeing the whole TARDIS, or bits of the TARDIS rather. But you really got a sense of his age when he kind of pulled away from the hug, which is something he never does. She hugged him and he hugged her back and then pulled her back kind of, and held her head and said, it's messing with us, we have to keep going. And he had this age to him. Like, you could tell that he had waited 2,000 years for this woman, and that was really, really good. Arthur Darvill did a great job with that. I thought that was really awesome. So yes, I really, really like this episode. I like what it did for the characters, because there hasn't been a lot of character development in this season thus far. So that was good to have. Let me know what you guys thought down here in the comments, and I'll see you guys this Saturday. Alonzo.